Hey, what's up, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, we are extending our series on cool date suggestions, ideas, outside of the box places, things like that, because so often, guys are always talking about how I can't think of anywhere to go. I don't know where to take a girl. COVID, meh. And so the thing is, man, there's so many good ideas, so many places that you can go, cool things that you can do. And this is absolutely one of my favorite places. Now, I get it. Most of you guys don't live in Metro Detroit, and that's totally okay. But here's the deal. No matter where you live, there's going to be some cool place that's low-key that people don't know about. You kind of have to be a little bit hip to know that the place even exists. And that's such a cool place to take a girl, man, because it's just way different, And so this place here in particular is called Cafe de Marquis. And so if any of you guys that live in, Metro Detroit, just know that it's in Royal Oak on 5th Ave, all right? And it's really dope, man. It's so chill and low-key, and it's a hookah place, but you would never know that by being outside. It's almost like a insider's secret, So it's such a good place, man. And I like hookah, but hey, some of you might not like it, and that's totally okay, and that's fine. But even if I didn't, I would still come here. Why? Just for all the reasons I just said, And I've got 5 reasons why you want to find a place like this. We're gonna hop into it right now. Let's get it. Hey guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you're getting value out of these videos, man, subscribe to the channel. We don't want you to miss anything. It's so important that you get this information in a timely fashion, because you never know the opportunity that you can use it. And if you don't have it, hey, you got only yourself to blame. So hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video. If there's something that you want us to drop, a video idea, throw it out there. We're happy to consider it, and 9 times out of 10, we end up doing it anyway. So throw that out there too. All right, we'll get back into the video. Let's go. Number 1, it's a quiet place. As you can tell, I'm not being nearly as loud as I normally am, all right? But here's the deal. In a place like this, for instance, it's kind of sectioned off a little bit. You got this little seated area, you got tables all around and things like that, some benches, things of that sort. And the music's chill, it's low key, a lot of lo-fi stuff, trip hop, things like that I've heard in here before. And the thing is, it's such a good place to be able to just sit and talk. You hear about having coffee dates. This is kind of like that, but not really. Because, what, are you gonna go to Starbucks? I mean, come on, really? I mean, that's so cliche, and it's so, you just wanna go drink coffee? At least here it has some character. It has a cool vibe to it, things like that. That's outside of the box, and being able to have a conversation, being able to communicate and get to know the girl that you're taking out, and the girl knowing you, is so important, obviously. And in a place like this, you can do that and spend an hour or so. If it's in an area that has a lot of things going on, that makes it even better, because you could start off at one of those places that's maybe a cool, trendy, hip bar or something like that. Then bounce. We've talked about bouncing in many of these videos. You could bounce her from one of those places to here, to kind of okay, it was, kind of raucous a little bit and a loud atmosphere and things like that. Now you just come here and chill. You know what I mean? So that's why it's such a good place. All right, guys, I'm gonna get into number 2. Let's go. Number 2, it's inexpensive. This is a tip that I've covered in many of these videos, but I'm gonna throw it out there again. It's not about, rolling out the red carpet and, paying for big expensive dinners and, huge tabs and all that kind of stuff. It's about getting to know the girl that you're going to be hanging out with. And look, in a place like this, see, here's the deal. This hookah here cost me $10. You know what I mean? Not a big deal, right? So That's the thing. You don't have to dole out a bunch of money and things like that to try to wow her. Wow her with who you are, the value that you bring to the table, the characteristics that you embody. Wow her with that. You don't have to wow her with your wallet. You know, like I'm telling you, man, like a place like this with the atmosphere and all that kind of stuff, like that's gonna be a winner, man. All right, so we're gonna hop into number 3. Let's go. Number 3, social proof. Here's the deal. You know, like a place like this, I come here often, all right? And, you know, especially, you know, pre-COVID, I used to come here so regularly. You know, I got to know the staff. I know the owner here. And whenever I come in, they're like, Dale, you know, like they know me. They know who I am. And how does that look? You know, you bring a girl in here and everybody knows you, you know, the regulars, all that kind of stuff. They're familiar with you. You know a little bit about their story and they know about you, things like that. Everyone comes up, says hello, pays their respects. You know, like how does that look? Well, it looks good, you know, to answer the question. So the social proof, if you go to a place like this regularly and they know you and, you know, you're good to the staff, you tip them well and all that kind of thing, they're gonna roll out the red carpet for you. And as an extension, the girl that you bring is going to see that. And she's going to be, well, impressed and more attracted by the fact that everybody knows you, right? So that's the thing, man. You want to show that social proof. So be good to the staff, man. Tip them well. Get to know the regulars that come through. Things like that. So you can show off that social proof. All right, guys, we're going to get into number 4. Let's go. Number 4, it's a cool aesthetic. You know, look at this place, man. You know, like it has such a cool vibe to it. You know, it has like a European, almost, you know, like medieval meets the Middle East type of vibe to it, you know, and it's just different. It's just got a different look to it than like most of like the hookah places that you see out and about. It's just such a cool place, man. And when you go to a place that I talked about earlier that's hip, that a lot of people don't know about, it's like one of those secrets that only people that are in the inn know about it. Dude, that just shows that you know what's up, that you know cool things, that you're the type of guy that knows, you're on the inside, you know what I mean? That knows about cool things. And so it just speaks so well about you, you know? So that's the thing, man. Find a place that has a cool, different aesthetic that's not cookie cutter. You know, don't be taking a girl to Chili's. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they got like old bicycles and weird things on the wall. Okay, fine. But, you know, like Chili's, come on, man, for real. You know, like find somewhere that's different, that's not a chain, that's a mom and pop shop, you know, that kind of thing. You know, so, all right, guys, we're gonna get number 5. Let's go. Number 5. There's cool games to play. And when I say games, I mean like, look, you know, if the conversation's running a little dry, which it shouldn't if you've been watching these videos, but if it does, if it kind of stalls out. Firstly, they got mad board games in places like this. You can kind of play like a board game or a card game, you know, something like Cards Against Humanity or something like that. You know, you could play like some cool little games. But one of the games I absolutely love to play with a girl when I'm out on, you know, on a date with her, hanging out with her, is I like storytelling. You know, storytelling is such a big aspect of building attraction, in my opinion, because it brings her mentally into a place where she's observing it in her imagination, and it's almost as good as being there. All right, so, you know, just like when you watch a movie and you feel the emotions that are going on in that movie, like your favorite character gets killed off and you're like, man, that sucks, you know, and you kind of feel down a little bit. You're like, oh man, you know, like that's because that part of your mind that processes that doesn't understand it's a movie. That part of your mind thinks this is actually happening. And when you communicate a really good story, something that's compelling, that's got her on the edge of her seat, look, man, That's bringing her right into it and making her feel those emotions that you are communicating. So what I like to do, and this is a skill, I'm not saying, like, hey, look, everybody can do this right off the bat, right from Jump Street. It is a skill that you have to learn and build up, but it's a good skill to have. And that's start telling a story about the things that are in the room and weaving it together. But don't tell her that that's what's happening, all right? Just start telling this story. And what I do in this place in particular, I've done it on several occasions, well, many occasions actually, and what I do is I start weaving together like the pictures. There's pictures all over this place. And so what I do is I put those pictures together into a story, and that story is compelling. Then when she realizes that it's actually a story that I just put together with, the 50 pictures on the wall that I just pieced together one by one by one, her jaw hits the floor like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, I can't believe you did that, and it just shows a little bit of value. It shows that you can do some cool stuff, and it just makes you more attractive. So listen, guys, here's the deal. We have a whole series on these videos of outside the box date ideas. And so what I want you to do is, in this playlist, go to the first one, watch through them, start getting those juices flowing in your mind, because there's places around you that exist that are like the places that I'm showcasing, all right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go there, watch that video, and I will see you there.